Good morning from the southwestern United States, 48 degrees. Welcome to Radio FX with Terry.com. We're going to go over free signal trades, premium trades, auto trading. We're going to look at the market. I'm going to put it in perspective for you. Have yourself a little bit of coffee. I was up till, probably 3 in the morning after doing that news trading last night. I'm hurting right now, but that's all right. I'll be fine. So, looking at the free signals account here, I got to put this in perspective because people feel like we're up against a wall here and trading's not going. Let me move my microphone here. Trading's not going the way we want it to do. This is exactly how I designed it. This is what it's supposed to be doing. I'm completely happy with this. Okay? You have to get out of that mindset that if you've done any Forex trading, there's a lot of brainwashing going on out there. And I'll give you a piece of it. We should talk about a lot of these things, but when I tell you what the brainwashing is, it helps you become aware. You now will know what you don't know. I urge everyone to go read the book called Virus of the Mind. Become aware of what your mind is capable of, because I would say probably 98% of the information out there, especially free on YouTube, in the Forex market is a virus of the mind. So here's one, and then we'll get into this and get into our trading. It's important to know this stuff. It just took me so many years to figure this out, and I'd love to just skip you ahead of the concept. I had a message a few days ago, and I get these, like, I've had these for the last years, almost every day. Hey, I understand you have an automated trading system. I'm thinking about, I'd like to get it because I'm into that stuff. And they say, can you show me your MyFX books stats? Look at me, I already can't talk. MyFX book is an online website that you can plug your trading account into, and it displays your stats, and you can go through certain verification levels, changing your account password and investor password for your trading account and prove that it's actually yours, and then they get to see your results. And I was like, I just have to tell you, my system doesn't work that way. There are no results because there are an infinite number of results. I said, oh. So I explained it, and they said, well, I just kind of want to see, what's your average drawdown? I'm like, how long is a piece of string? And then, they start getting mad at me like I'm being cocky and avoiding their question. I'm like, my system doesn't work that way. And in fact, Forex trading should not work that way. I said, what do you want to see? Do you want to see a $1,000 account that has a 70% drawdown? Do you want to see a $3 million account that has a 0.001% drawdown? Do you want to see a $10,000 account that's making $1 a day? What do you want? Right? Because it's infinite choices. I said, here's how it works. It's your account, your deposit, demo or live, your leverage, your risk appetite. I mean, let me give you an example. So right now, the Signal account is in about 12 trades, right? We are buying against the current movement and trend because there was a lot of news yesterday. People see this and they're like, oh, struggling a little bit, huh? Not working very well. Oh, no, this is exactly what I want. This is a perfect storm scenario. Because no matter, the other end of this is we could have done an EURCHF buy and went right into profit. Oh, you got a great system. No, Forex doesn't work that way. It's 50-50. We make an entry, and I know with my system about 85%, 89% of the time, we enter and profit within the first trade. If it goes against you and you scale in like we're doing, that's called winning every trade. I mean, if this scares you and it's going the wrong way, then cancel out and take a loss. You're welcome to take a loss. I don't like to take losses, especially if I don't have to do it mathematically. So there is no robot on the other end that gives X results. There's just not. In fact, when people show that, I mean, what are they doing? Are they going, okay, everybody's going to have a $10,000 account at 500 leverage? Well, they're not going to. Some people put $10,000 into an account, take my system, take 5 currency pairs, do the absolute minimum bid, and they look at it 12 months later. Oh, I made $3,400 this year on my account. You know, I made a 30% return. That's better than any S&P 500 investment you could do. But I just wanted to kind of, throw that up front. I constantly get that. And you're going to see this too. You're going to say, wow, yeah, I started using this fxwitterry.com free signal service, and I upgraded. I'm using their auto trade. It's incredible. He doesn't lose. Oh, well, what's my FX book? What's your stats? Let me see your account. Why? We aren't the same person. It's just not the same. I'm very conservative. Like, I run some accounts, I've got them, like, history shows them at 70% drawdown. If I showed someone that, they're like, oh, this is shit. I'm like, no, I'm killing it. I just tripled my account last year. What are you talking about? Right? I'm willing to take that level of risk. So let's take a look here. You've been watching the screen. This is a Free Signals account. I believe, like I said, 12 trades. This thing just keeps pushing. It just keeps pushing. However, it's pushing at the top in a tiny little range. Same thing with USD CHF. It's going to come back down. Like a pair like this, remember we looked at it yesterday, I think it's about a 40 pip per day movement. This thing doesn't have the balls to push much farther. It really doesn't. Unless, on its own, certainly news events like yesterday affected all of these things. But, if we look at the history here, there's no closed trades from last night. This is one pair. This is an amazing trade. Now, I will tell you this, why it's an amazing trade, because this trade can be manipulated. Look, this actually the second to last trade is already going into profit. It's going up and down, up and down. If we look at the chart, yeah, look at this. So this is the 30-minute chart. It's going down. Let me get my pen out here. It's going down. It's going up. It's going down. So it's in a range here. It's just in a range. It'll break out. It'll come back into profit. Our take profit is not that far away, although it's going to be a little bit farther away on a pair like this because it doesn't move that much. So let's look at the daily. No, that's a little too zoomed in. The take profit on this trade, so here's the top trade. The take profit is right here. So it doesn't have to go that far. We got this big propulsion candle yesterday, which, forced this trade to go against us. And I am going to talk about some news trading. I don't know if I said it at the beginning. Yeah, I was up late last night. We did the live news trading. It went off incredible. Go watch that. I think it was one of the most exciting things I've seen. And it kind of gave me some new excitement about, I could use this in a certain way. We'll talk about that near the end. But, you can get into the group here. If you're just watching this on YouTube and you're not in the group, fxwitterry.com. Come into the group and you'll get access to the replay. Live news trading last night on GBP. I just opened up 6 GBP charts and programmed the thing. I had the programming wrong at the beginning in terms of what time it was going to launch. I reset that. And, man, it worked like a champ. And it gave me a ton of ideas. I'll share some with you. So we are just at the top here in a range. It'll absolutely turn around. If you overbid because you got lulled into the sense of the last couple weeks where we go into a trade, goes into profit, go into trade, goes into profit. This is what you bid for. You bid for moments like this. You don't know when they're coming. You can watch the news all you want, right? I'll jump in on that one real quick so I don't forget. So we started talking yesterday in the group and I said, well, I could shut my auto system off and my signal system off just before the news. And I really tossed that around. It'd be a lot of extra work on my part, but I really tossed it around. And then last night we were in some GBP trades, GBP USD, I think. And yeah, we were in like a GBP USD sell trade last night. And when the GBP news went off, that the price pushed, our trades went into profit, it closed, and I'm like, you know what? Imagine. So think about this scenario. What if I turned trading off before that news event and we were in those GBP USD trades and all of the auto trading was off, all of the signals were off, and that price moved in the direction like it did of the trade that we were in, and our stuff was off? We'd be stuck in that trade. Like, I don't know what would happen. Maybe it'd take profit once I turned it back on or something, but I think it's just a bad idea, right? Overall, it's a bad idea. The idea is to trade the market, trade your account. And there are some mitigations you could do. For example, I think we're going to learn a lot from this news trading that I'm definitely going to keep doing, where the news trading concept, just before the news launches, the robot places 3 pending buy orders above the price and 3 pending sell orders below the price, and wherever it moves, it opens those trades, closes the opposite trades, and trails the price and takes profits. Pretty freaking amazing. You could do something like that on your own, or, if you were that worried about the news moving, and you could put let's say you were in a GBP USD sell trade. You're like, here comes some news. So you're in a GBP USD sell trade. Here comes some GBP news. You could look at 10 pips above the current price and set a pending buy order. So let me make sure I'm saying that right. So you're in a GBP, you're 10 pips above where the price is before the news goes off. You set a pending buy, basically a buy stop, right? And because if the price pushes that far against you, it will go into a buy, and it's essentially a hedge. Now, it depends on if you're trading at a broker that doesn't allow hedging, probably can't do that. But conceptually, this is one way to handle it. It's to put in that trade and balance it out. It'd be profitable, pretty profitable on one side, take the profits off there. And I'm not saying that, you're going to get rich on one side and broke on the other. You're going to make some profits on one side. And if your other side is in drawdown, let's say you make $250 profit on the buy stop, right? Because the price goes against your original trade. You can then close $250 of losses out and now you're at break even. You're back in the trade. You're good. And it doesn't blow your account. You're not trying to get rich doing that stuff. You're trying to mitigate and manage your account. But all of those things are extremely advanced, and you don't have to do that. It's just I like to talk about and think about these different ideas that you could do. Tough thing is, most of this, now that we trade the news more with the Autobot, and I'm going to do it a lot, you'll start to get a feel for, okay, I see the news event, I see what to expect at certain times. There's been many times when I went to like the NFP, non-farm payroll, at the beginning, first Friday of every month, and I'm waiting for it to move on Euro USD, and it doesn't do anything. I'm like, okay, that wasn't any fun. And that's just once a month. But truth is, you can trade these news events. Imagine if I put the news bot on that gold move yesterday. That would have been incredible. Let's see here. Someone says in the comments, Terry, isn't it a good idea to know what the drawdown could possibly go so as to not trade too large for the size of the account they are? I get it. And I have to tell you, let's dig into this. That is a mind virus, my friend. That is what the market has taught you and told you. And in fact, if you don't believe it's a mind virus, what it is you basically saying, I feel like I have to have complete control of everything before I do it. So I'm going to say it again. This person says, Terry, bear market bull, whoever that is. Terry, isn't it a good idea to know what the drawdown is? Hell yeah, it would be a good idea. It's not fucking possible. We don't know what the market's going to do. All these people out there pontificating, going, well, if we look back here, I saw this little baby candle down here, and I knew it was going to push really hard against. No, you didn't. No one knows. And The other concept is this. Yes, I'll answer that again. It's very good to know what the drawdown is going to be. There's no such thing as knowing. How big's your account? What's your leverage? How much did you bid? How much are you going to bid? How much are you trying to make? Because you get sucked into all of these days where it's like trade profit, trade profit, trade profit, and then it goes against you. You're like, well, I'm about to blow my account out. That's because you were trying to make a bunch of money when the market was going sideways and up a little bit and down a little bit. You have to trade the market. Don't let the market trade you. And you cannot. It's almost like, saying that wouldn't it be nice to know what the drawdown is? It would be. Wouldn't it always be nice to know which way the price is going to go? It would be. But I'm telling you right now, it doesn't work that way. It's a mind virus, and if someone's made you believe it, it's unrealistic. Let it go. My system and what we do trades the market and the market movement. I also seen someone in the group yesterday or in the last couple of days, and nothing against any of you guys. Like, I trade different. I have a different mentality. That's why my system works so well. I get it. I know how to play it. I know how to trade it. I know how to manipulate it. Someone said, well, I just chose not to be in the market because I don't want to buy, or I'm sorry, I don't want to sell against a bullish trend. Why don't you? Has the market made you? So you're like, well, it's going up, all right? I'm absolutely crazy to sell when the market's going up. Actually, you're not. Because first off, you didn't know it was going to do that. So you got to let go of that emotion. And what you do know, especially with my system, is that mathematically, the price always comes back. It always turns around. And as long as you don't overbid on that first basket of trades, and then as long as you understand how to manage the account, like there's no accounts that I've looked at and that we'll look at today where I have even that small live account taking, I took all of the USD chief trades. I took all of the Euro, what was it? Euro CAD, Euro chief, whatever. Yeah, Euro chief trades. I took them all on a live account. It's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm down around 1,000, 1,300% margin level. I think one of my accounts is about 700. I'm like, yeah, I'm using my money to trade, right? It's going to come back. It's going to come back. So hopefully you don't take that like as some sort of personal attack. I'm doing my best to change the mindset of the marketplace because I was sucked into all of these things. Oh man, it's going against me. Well, it's going to go against you. No one knows where the trades are going to go. No one knows what the market's going to do. So my mentality is, how do I trade this market? How do I trade a trade like this? And it's just mathematics. Every time we enter a trade up here at the end, we're pulling that take profit closer and closer and closer to where we're at. And when the price pops back, whole thing goes into profit. We get out, we move on. I hope that makes sense. I get it. It's sometimes I get a lot of people that are so against what I'm doing because they have this mind virus. One of the biggest ones. Do you trade with a stop loss, Terry? Actually, I don't. You don't need to. You set a stop, take a loss. My mentor told me I have to have a stop loss. Well, then why are you overlooking at my shit looking for something better? If your mentor taught you that, you should be extremely profitable if they were right. You should be. Because, set a stop, take some losses. Emotions can get you out of a trade like this. I don't know why you'd let it. So, $295 drawdown on the Signal account. The Signal sent out at a base dollar, and we've increased 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Okay? Draw on that, take profit closer to the current price. Let's go take a look at this. Let's go take a look at this on the chart. EURCHF, and we'll kind of look at some of the prices. I'll have this up in the background, but let's go look at the browser. Let me fix something here real quick. Oh, I'm there. Put you on the browser here. And let's look at EURCHF. We'll look at the Forex.com. So, is that what let's see, EURCHF. In a cell. What? Oh, I'm looking at the weekly here. Let's scale down to maybe let's scale down to the hourly. No, let's look at it from the day to 1 day. That way I can kind of look back in time. I typically, if our price is right here, I typically will look back. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit here. I typically will look back in time and go, where's the top, right? I wish I could actually draw, and maybe I can draw on this screen. Brush, highlighter, arrow. It's interesting. I'll have to spend more time with this. I keep saying that. Let's get a horizontal line here. So there's a top kind of right here, not a real defined one. There's definitely a top up here. Again, this isn't my pontification of entering a trade. We're already in a trade, so let's see where this is going to go. It certainly could go higher, but again, this is where I'm like, I don't know. Now, if we go way back in time, I'd have to see how far back this was, but there's some price sticking right here, and that's just below where we're at. But again, we're not going to have to move very far at all. What's this? The eraser. We're not going to have to move very far at all for it to move back into take profit. So let's talk about, like, I'm very positive and optimistic about this because the math always works out, right? I would say this. Let's talk about the manipulation of this, and then we'll move on to the other accounts. So the manipulation of this is, I said this yesterday, so be a creative thinker here. You could absolutely take my automated system and bring it into your own demo account at minimum lot size, just whatever it's being sent out at, and use it as a signal. So let's look at this free Forex signal trade here as a signal. So Euro Chief is turning around. You can see it down here at the bottom. Right now, it basically has been turning around and then going flat, turning around, going flat. You could wait for a signal like this, although it's going to be few and far between. That's why you can't get too worried about this. This is not going to happen like every day. But you could go in at a really heavy lot size, having not been in any of the previous trades, and maybe you're just in these last two at a heavy lot size, using the take profit price that I publish out. You'd be doing extremely well. Extremely well. All right, go to pause. We're going to go look at the premium account, so stand by. Premium trade, just a lot more trades, a lot going on. That is account 843. Let me pull it up here. We are in a lot of trades, but not a lot of pairs. So I'm going to go ahead and count before I share the screen here of how many trades we're in. And it's looking really good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 31, 34 trades across quite a few different currency pairs. But they all have pushed because of the recent news. They have all pushed against. However, if you look at the USD Chief trade, of the 15, 16 trades that were in on that pair, the last 1, 2, 3, 4 are doing very nice in profit. Now the entire Signal account itself, and I'm not showing this, but entire Signal account on a 100K account is down $1,000, and the margin level percent is 43.30. So that's pretty good volume in the market. Now what I can show you is this, which I will. And we've got some nice volume. We've got some decent volume of closing compared to the free signals, which we're just kind of like holding. We closed $49.38 out of the signal account in the last 24 hours. Looking good. Looking good, feeling good. If you're taking the premium signals, you don't have to take them all. You shouldn't. I've seen people managing to take them all because I'm sending out a lot, and I could send out a lot more. Part of me thinks I'm sending out too many. I'm overwhelming. Let me know if I'm overwhelming you guys. Right now, I think I'm sending out 10 or 11 pairs. I probably should just send out maybe 3. But what happens is you end up getting in 3 pairs that go, and they're slow pairs, and they're just sideways, and now you're sitting there without any real trades. So I'd rather send you kind of a volume of trades like I'm doing and let you cherry pick what might be the best ones. You do not have to enter these signal trades the moment they're sent out. You don't. You do not. If you want to be in the game, you're ready for this one. So let's say you're in the premium signals group and I'm sending out a volume of trades, and you're like, my account can handle a $10 per pip bid on a currency pair on one trade. So what you do is you just start entering the trades. You enter the trades as I send them out, and you enter them at the absolute lowest lot size, 0.01. And you use that live account as not only practice to be able to place your trades manually, but also as a signal. So let's say like USD CHF, we're in like 15, 16 trades, right? So let's say you went into the first 4 or 5, and you're like, okay, this thing's really pushing. And you just hold on to the first 4 or 5 at a 0.01 lot size. And you wait, and you're like, look, we're up here at trade 15, 16. And those trades, you look at the chart, those trades are turning around. You just enter a trade at a high lot size because you're taking the trades at minimum. But then you're like, I'm going to wait till this thing goes a little bit deep size while this entire thing turns around. And there's so many creative ways to use this system. You are not stuck with, well, that's the trade. It's people are so used to even a robot taking the trades, giving you a take profit, some random take profit. My take profit is based off of what the market's doing. It's not like we're going for 50 pips. No, we go for a little bit of pips at first, and if it scales against us, those little bit of pips, let's say 10 pips, because that's why I call it the 10 pip automation. Those little bit of pips are easy to scale and draw closer to where the price is. So, I'm going on and on here. Let's go back to pause. Let's see what other accounts I'm going to pull up here. So we looked at free, we looked at premium. The gold signal, I turned it off. I need to do a little bit more custom programming today. I was doing a bunch of other things. The system itself is in a very profitable gold trade and a very profitable US 30 trade. I did not send them out. I need to do one more tweak, and I'm going to do that when we get done with the call this morning. Let me look at this one account real quick, but I don't believe it's going to be anything I show, so stand by. I am in some really heavy trades. Let me take a look at it. Make sure I haven't blown it out yet. Yeah, so I'm in a bunch of Euro CAD trades. They're about $30,000 in profit. So that's getting ready to close out. And I'm in all of the USD Chief trades, which are about $10,000, $25,000 in profit. I'm bidding pretty heavy. Yeah, so those are going to turn out nice. I mean, it's a large account. It's $300,000 drawdown. The margin level percent is 319. Why am I okay with that? I'm okay with it. Yeah, and it hasn't closed. It hasn't closed any trades. I can kind of share this side with you. No trades are closed. But when it does, it's going to be nice. And they're all turning around. I know they've pushed all to the top of the market. They just are. Even that USD CHF, which we can actually look at. Let's look at it real quick. Where is it at here? Here we are. So that's the 4 hour, probably a little bit easier. Look, it's just going, it's pushed here, and it's just in a range. And yes, my system is adding a few more trades as it wicks up each time here, because every time it does that, it pulls the take profit closer. The take profit is still down here. Why is it seemingly far from where we're at if all of these trades are up here, because it knows that USD CHF is about, what is it, about a 50 or 60 pip mover in terms of volatility. So it's currently got to come down this far. It's going to. You know why it's going to? Because they have to fill, I'll mark it up here, this imbalance here. This is a candle where the price has never returned to it. There's also a little bit of imbalance down here. Not very much. They don't always have to close all of their imbalance. But we got to fill this. We got to fill this area. It's banks and hedge funds are in a huge amount of drawdown. But they're not in a hurry. They're playing the market. Hell, they may, I haven't even done it, they may be looking out 2 weeks where there's a news event that they can then move the pair way down like this. So be patient. It'll turn around. It always does. I've been using this particular algorithmic system for over 2 years. It always turns around. Always. Patience and the market. I know it's like wanting to know what the potential drawdown could be. That's like saying how long is a piece of string. You can't know what the potential drawdown is going to be. You can't know what the potential direction of the market is. It's a guess, and it's 50-50 at best. Most of the time, you lose your ass if you're trying to guess at it. This is how the market plays out. I see a lot of people going, come on, USD chief, come back to take profit. I that's you being emotional about it. It's okay. So I'm not cutting you down. I'm not emotional about it. I'm like, oh, what's it doing? Okay. What's my margin level percent? Okay. We're good. Let me pause here. And let's see what other accounts I want to look at. That was the big one. Let's look at the $3,000 to $100,000 account that I was running on YouTube as a challenge. Let's see where we're at. God, this is feeling good. So we've made $732. It's only been, how long have I been running this thing? 3 weeks. So I started out with, it's a smaller account, but I'm taking quite a few automated trades. And you can see I'm in that Euro Chief pretty deep, but it's turning around here. NZD CAD's starting to turn around. If you look at CAD Chief is starting to turn around. AUD USD, always a good pair to trade. So as far as closed profits, it closed $9.17 last night. Remember, this is, look at my bids. They're 50 cents, and I'm slowly growing this. We're going to get an exponential growth curve to $100,000. We will. It'll get more and more exciting. I'm trading the market. I'm not trying to overtrade or overbid or make my $180 a day that I need to replace my job, like a lot of people do, and I even did it in the beginning. And just play the market. Everything's fine. One thing to look at is this is nap level, margin level percent. Go take a nap. Let it play out. 2,545%. Beautiful. I don't give a shit about what the drawdown is. This is what I look at. Margin level percent. So you get a lot of people say, isn't it nice to know what the drawdown is? Why? Why? What if I said, well, the drawdown on your account will be $9,000 consistently? They're like, well, I only have a $3,000 account. Well, you asked me what the drawdown would be. But what if a $9,000 drawdown is a 50,000% margin level? Oh, that looks better. So do you see how the marketplace has just said, watch out for that drawdown. Gotta get a low drawdown robot. No, you don't. You're not going to get one. Mine is the best in the industry, and I've pushed 10K accounts to 70% drawdown. I was pushing the bid. I was taking a lot of trades. I'm taking a lot of risk. So if someone saw that, if someone saw my FX book, and they were like, well, I can't take this guy's trades. He's 70% drawdown. I'm like, that's what I'm doing on my account. The robot's not giving me that. I'm taking the robot and manipulating the shit out of it and taking more risk. So it's pretty simple. So did I already look at what? I already looked at what this closed. So the market's it moved, and it's just kind of flat right now. Not pulling a lot of profits out of it, but we'll get out of these movements and get into some more. We're going to manage our trading. Back to the pause. Let me look at the account list. That's probably it. I will look at this one. I got another 3K account that's taken every trade. Remember what the margin level percent was on what I just showed you on a $3,000 account where I'm holding back. I'm trading about 10 pairs of the 22. So this next one is going to show you where it's a 3K account taking every one of the automated trades that gets sent out, and it's going to be completely comfortable. Is this it? That is not it. I sit here talking, looking at the account numbers, and then can't remember them to the next. All right, I got it. 945. Where is it at? Here it is. I'll show you this. $3,000 account, up $410. Every trade sent out from my auto system at base lot size is a 2,079% margin. Take a nap. Nap margin level percent. Just take a nap. Everything's good. What has this thing, and look at all of these trades. You get a feel for, look at USD CHF. Absolutely turning around. It's going to, as of right now. Right? It's going to keep up that momentum? I don't know. But it's absolutely turning around. Look at, and we're in quite a few of those, right? Let's see. EUR CHF. Absolutely turning around. Comfortable. Let's look at the closed profit. So if you were taking every trade, and again, this is a signal type amount, so it's closed $8.12 across the board. Every trade my system is sending out at minimum lot size, at a base minimum lot size. That doesn't mean it didn't go to 0.02 a few times. You can see it there. So, man, completely comfortable. I would turn my automated system on on a 3,000. I wouldn't do it on a 1,000. I'd turn my full automated system on at base lot size on a $3,000 account and walk away from it. Because if it can handle all of these pairs that have pushed, 6, 8, 10, 15 plus trades, awesome. They're all going to profit. They're all going to profit. It'll be really nice. And then you grow something like this exponentially. You grow this account exponentially. You're patient. You work through. If you have to close some things out because your margin level percent got down to, 150, okay. But, there's $410 worth of profits in this account right now that I could close down. Still not have lost any of my principal balance of $3,000. And manage and move ahead. You might not want to do that, but isn't that better than getting a bunch of forced losses and taking your $3,000 account down to $16? I've seen that happen. Many people do that. One more pause. Let me look at the account list here and see if there's anything else. I think that was it, because we're not going to do any gold. Yeah, that's it. So let me come back to account 849, which is the free signals. 849, here we go. That's it for the morning. I don't see any questions. I am 100% working and tweaking on the gold, US 30, NAS 100, SPX 500. Just some little, I've just been moving things around the server. There's some things, the AI system has to be connected to the trading account. It's just a little program, has to be connected to the trading account live 24/7. And when I built it on my personal computer, knowing that I was going to have to put it in the cloud. So I recently did that and got to tweak the programming, so those trades will come in. But there are trades, I just haven't sent them out. So it is what it is. Let me look at one thing here. See if there's any questions in the group. Probably not. I don't see anybody. No, it was just the live that I posted. All right, that's it. Appreciate you guys watching. A lot of exciting stuff to come. It'll be exciting to see the news trading. Go check out my replay. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're not in the group, come on over to fxwithterry.com. Get access to the free signals. Get access to my daily live. Get access to the gold signals that I'm publishing for free right now. More of those will be coming. And much more than gold. US 30, SPX 500, NAS 100, and US 30. All of those trades are coming. You can plug into any one of them or all of them. And you can get access to the replay that I did last night, trading GBP news at midnight my time, Mountain Time, US Mountain Time. So that was pretty cool to see. It was more so proof of concept to see the programming work. Pretty exciting. So that's it. Appreciate you joining me on this Wednesday morning. I will see you tomorrow morning, Thursday, bright and early at 8:30 a.m. Mountain Time. Take care. I'll see you guys then.